Okay, amend the ordinance number 0608 dumpster section 17.40.5. And this is, we're amending that they can be, they don't have to be bought.
Right. They don't have to have masonry.
Yeah, masonry. They still have to be covered. So anybody would care to entertain a motion?
They have to be enclosed in a 6-foot high enclosure.
Which is, right now the ordinance says masonry, and we're saying that it isn't going on.
Right.
Chain link fence,
Chain link.
or wood fence or plastic fence.
It has to be obscuring material, something that,
Yeah.
if it's chain link, you gotta have the, you know,
Yeah, that's bad.
strips, inserts, yeah, okay.
Well, I make a motion that we accept the amendment. Support. We made a motion and support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Violet?
Yes.
Mrs. Minnie? Yes. Mr. Platzer?
Yes.
Mrs. Tremble, yes.
Okay, moving on to amend Burtchville Township Cemetery lease. Carolyn, that's kind of your field if you'd like to go over that.
Thanks, Mike. What they've added, what our attorney recommended was that if the cemetery lot, this is the creation of the new portion of it, if a cemetery lot has not been utilized after a year, after the person who it was designated for has passed away, then the family or the heir needs to be contacted to either designate that for someone else, or if that doesn't happen after so long, then it will go back to the township. And that's the part that's been added. So if this is approved, that would affect anyone that purchases lots from this point on. And they would be notified at the time that they purchase them. So it's to try to help prevent a lot of empty lots in the cemetery. And when people purchase them, they have to designate the name of the person that it's supposed to be used for.
And they can be changed down the road.
It can be, that's right.
If you decide that, you know, your loved one has moved away or is, you know, something else gone wrong, you can turn it over to somebody else. They have to be designated as to who is going to be buried in those plots.
It has to be an heir, a relative. But yes, they can change who it's designated for.
I have a question. Can I just, let's say like you end up not using it and you don't give it to another family member, and you go ahead and state that, do you get your money back?
No.
You're kidding.
No.
Why not?
Because first of all, are you even available? I mean, why is this not being used?
Why wouldn't I get my money back? I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, isn't that kind of stealing?
No.
Why not?
Well, if you bought the grave.
Mm-hmm. Let's say I bought it, I said I'm going to put my husband in it.
No,
Or,
it's in your name.
Uh-huh.
It's your grave. Because what this is saying is, if you died today, but you weren't buried there, a year from now, the township could take it back because you've been dead for a year and haven't used the grave. That's what it's saying, correct?
That's correct. Or her heir can designate it for someone else within that year.
Yeah, you're not losing the lot, you can designate it for somebody else.
okay.
Now, if you decide
Okay.
you don't want the lot any longer, you can get a refund.
Okay. I mean, that's what I'm, yeah, like, let's say
The township can say, you know, we're not going to use this lot, could you take it back?
We've done that over the years. There's been people that have.
yeah, that's all I mean, let's say it's not going to, and I say I'm not going to use it now, and I'm not going to, would I get my money back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, somebody like to make a motion?
Well,
If there's any further discussion.
I'm wondering, Doug felt a year was long enough?
Yeah, was long enough?
I mean,
Yes.
with probates and all that stuff.
Well, you either
Right.
use it or you designate it for somebody else.
Right.
You know.
That's my only
Yeah,
question,
yeah.
is the year. I mean,
Right, he did.
And I think he limited that because, you know, why drag it out, you know?
Well,
You know,
It makes it more
somebody-
difficult for tracking the longer.
I can honestly say, last year or the year before, when we buried somebody's ashes, that the wife had them for like 5 years.
Well, but
I
that,
mean,
But the
when
lot's
someone-
still designated for them.
yeah, but he's been dead for 5 years, and they just finally did it.
right, and I brought that up to Doug.
So that's my question.
Yes, I brought that up to Doug as our attorney, Doug Tuma, and he said those, from this point forward, Al, when we sell these leases, that these people will be notified and they'll have a copy of the rules and they'll know that. It's not going to affect people that purchased lots under the old
Under
lease.
the old ones.
I basically understand that, I'm not sure, because,
Yeah, I went over and over it with him because I had some questions on it too.
well, we've seen a lot of strange things over the years. A lot of you and clerks who've seen it, and I'm thinking, it's just, there's always
But I
something.
think it's encouraging people to designate who they want. First of all, they have to name now who they want in specific grades, but those can be changed, as we said, those can be changed.
Yeah, you can change.
I
So
think,
then after a year transpires, then we notice the people that own it, this is gonna take place before we do anything. And they're given time from that.
right,
They'll be notified.
right.
And then they can say, I still want them buried, I'm just not ready yet.
If they can extend it. You
Yeah.
could say we could extend it.
So I think that,
No, it doesn't.
Do other townships do that?
No.
Or other cities or?
Why do
Actually,
they have to-
yes, they do.
who's gonna be
And
Why can't you buy a
there are
family
more of
plot?
them doing this now because there were, for instance, years and years ago, people bought plots, which were like 10 graves. And maybe there were only 2 of them buried there. But in the meantime, the leases have disappeared. The heirs, I mean, you can imagine how many heirs there are after that many generations. In order for someone to be able to utilize those lots, they have to get permission from every heir. And that's a almost impossible task. You have to contact them all, prove that you've contacted them all, and this is a way to avoid that.
and there's cemeteries that are full on paper, but not full.
Right, but it just seems to me that when you buy that space, you buy it forever.
You're not
Actually,
leasing.
it's a lease.
Your lease.
Forever.
It's a lease. It's a lease when you use it, and then it's still, you know, it's a lease forever if you utilize it, right? With perpetual care.
See, a lot of these leases go unused. Will never be used. And that's the problem, that land sits there and nobody ever uses it.
And let's say you want to use it and we don't have any room. But we do have room.
Okay. Any further discussion? Okay. I'm gonna make the motion that we accept this lease agreement.
Support?
We have a motion and support. I guess we call for a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Flansman?
Yes.
Mr. Bartlett?
No,
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mrs. Tremblay, yes.
Motion carries. Moving on, road commission work order to repave Harris Road from State Road to M25.
I didn't receive it.
We have not received, we were expecting to receive an estimate to do that, but we have not received that, so we will table that until next meeting. Also, the bids for painting interior of the township hall. The one thing they forgot to send in the companies that bid it were
Insurance?
insurance certificates and you know, workman's comp rules, so we're gonna table that also. Proposal for repairing the Hillock Garden edging.
Right, we approved the Memorial Garden last month, and that work, it looks beautiful. The best it's looked since it was installed. The Hillock Garden is in really bad shape too. That's a good heavy steel edging that the garden club purchased for there. I think we paid $600 or $700 for that. It needs to be reset. And then they're all looking smooth.
I move
And
to
not
approve
tripping
this.
anybody.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay, ask for a roll call vote, please.
Sure, just a second.
When you're ready.
Mike, you made the motion?
Al made the motion.
Al made
I
the
seconded it.
motion.
To Chuck's lawn
Mike seconded.
service, correct?
Yeah.
$25.
Okay, so now we need a roll call vote.
Roll call vote.
Okay, Al,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Cindy, Minnie,
Yes.
Mr. Platzer.
Yes.
Mrs. Tremblay, yes.
Motion carries. Moving on, bids for new roof. Okay, the bids for the new roof, and that's on this whole complex here, this building. It's 20 years old. As you can see, there have been shingles blowing off left and right.
Probably more today.
I'm going to read these bids. Woodruff Construction, $24,800.
This one, 24, 800.
$24,800.
Okay.
Okay, and do you want me to read everything they're doing, or is it necessary, or should we?
I don't think so. If you have reviewed them and
I
make
have
sure that
reviewed
they
them all.
all
Yeah. I have
Are-
reviewed them
quoting the same
all.
thing.
And they're all,
They're all removing the existing shingles, putting new drip edge.
drip edge, new
Ice guard.
new ice guard, new.
Because you had
felt
put the specs
paper.
out of what they
Yeah,
would do.
yeah.
They're doing the certainty shingles the same as on the because it's doing.
Okay.
How many square?
Pardon me?
How many square, out of curiosity?
Oh, let me wait till I find one in here that's got it on here. I'll tell you. So about 115 square, was it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
I
As I
think
remember.
it was around 115.
Oh, I see.
Okay, the next bidder was Mike Hayes Roofing. And his bid was $31,080. The next bid is SP Gates Construction. His bid was $28,900. And the next bid was Richards Construction, and his bid was $28,297.74.
74 cents.
$142 square.
142? Okay.
Yeah.
Square. Okay, anybody else want to look at these, or?
No. I trust you on that.
I've already seen
I was
those.
looking for the squares, I couldn't remember. I looked at it.
Okay. The low bid was Woodruff. Woodruff Construction.
I would make a motion that we award it to Woodruff Construction. That's a little bit, he did the library, the town hall. He was the little bidder then, 2 years ago there. So,
It was very good.
yeah.
Too fast.
They do excellent work.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve Woodruff Construction.